Ladies and gentlemen, today I have 20 minutes of footage of what Black Ops 2 DLC 5 would have been. And today we're starting off with Moon. That is right. Moon was supposed to be a part of this DLC. And so if this would have been the case, we could have potentially had Moon for Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and then you could even count Classified as Black Ops 4 if you wanted. So this is what it would have looked like. It's crazy because this really just does look like Black Ops 1 footage. Like, apart from the HUD, it's very hard to tell, but you can tell that is the BO2 M1911. Look at them teleport there. Oh my goodness. And then here is what the PES system would have looked like. And if I'm going to be honest, I am sort of glad they waited for BO3 because the graphical upgrade that we got for BO3 really made these BO1 maps pop. And honestly, if we would have had a DLC 5 for BO2 and BO3, it would have been a little much. I don't think it would have been like as big of a cool thing. But let's see this, man. It looks beautiful still, though. And you can tell, it's the BO2 M14. You can even see, look at this box, man. The wave gun in the BO2 box, man. You've never seen that. It's crazy. But here, man, okay, let's see exactly what it would have looked like. And so, a lot of these assets were obviously just ported in from BO1. But you can tell, like, it still has the BO2 effects, you know? Like the lightning and then the smoke effects, this all looks BO2. Even the wave gun looks slightly different, right? The Gershes as well look slightly different. It's not also fully put in. Because I don't think Black Ops 2, yeah, Black Ops 2 never had a zombies map with the Gersh device. So it's so crazy how this really could have been a reality. And also, this really looks bad. Like, I hate to say it, but it's like even these computers, for some reason, it looks worse than BO1. So in a way, I am very glad that they did scrap this because, like I said, the BO3 version, especially for Moon, looks so much cleaner. They did so much of a better job with the biodome, the texture quality. Like, coming back to BO1 Moon, it just feels unplayable. And so, what's also unbelievable is that this footage is actually playable. I don't have the download links, and I'm obviously not going to put it in the description just because I don't want to get on Activision's bad side. But if you do want to figure out how to play this, there is a way to literally load this up on Black Ops 2. Seeing the QEDs, and yeah, it's so funny because look, the QEDs are still the Gersh icons. Like, they didn't even get that far into development. Oh my gosh, she pulled a ray gun. No way, man. That's insane. Like, so much of this was literally built and ready to go. And I literally have said this on Twitter, like, Call of Duty Zombies, for real, has more canceled projects than actual released ones. There's so many that they just have never released. And so, on top of Moon, they also added every other Black Ops 1 Zombies map, I think, apart from Call of the Dead. So, even in Black Ops 2's DLC 5, Call of the Dead still got excluded. The Origins icon as well looked insane. If you guys want to see the pre-alpha version of Origins, I have a whole video that I did on that as well. And so here, obviously, they were going to bring back all of the Verruckt maps. And it would have been really interesting to play each of these maps and have the FAL in the spawn room there. Oh my gosh, what is that? The Ballista. It's so bizarre. Like, Treyarch was actually thinking of doing this. And part of me wonders if the reason why this never came out is because Blundell actually took over at this time, because Zelensky definitely, his last map, I think, was Die Rise. A lot of people think it was Buried, but there's a fun fact that a lot of people don't know, that David Vonderhaar was actually the person that created Buried. So many people don't know that, but he was the one that created Buried because I believe Zelensky was on the way out the door at the time. And here you can see in the Black Ops 2 version, the jet gun would have been in the box on Verruckt. And so that's very interesting. Verruckt was just this random World at War map that they just wanted to throw in every wonder weapon. So you would have had the jet gun, the Winter's Howl, and I'm not going to lie, the jet gun on this map would have been absolutely painful. But it probably would have worked. It would have been possible to use because if you know anything about the jet gun, there is a way for you to use it properly, but it would have been so tough. This would have been really one of the most hardcore zombie maps ever dropped, especially with the BO2 hit system and the way this works. And obviously you can see with the way the game is right now, it's so busted. Like, this is, it's a pre-alpha version. It was never meant to be made finished. And so, oh my gosh, they even have the Winter's Howl on this. And it's like a red version, bro. Does it shoot out red? Oh no, okay, so it's exactly like the BO1 version. It's probably just like untextured or unfiltered. But yeah, honestly, this would not have been it. This just would not have been it, man. Winter's Howl and the jet gun. Oh, that's cruel. Like, you can tell, honestly, this feels like a Jimmy Zielinski idea, bro. Like, the way he wanted you to suffer on these maps. And so, again, not only is Verruckt on this map, you also have Nacht Der Untoten, Shinonuma, and Riese. And so it's like, bro, I feel like people would have just been so tired of the World at War maps if they did this. Which is why, like, it's kind of nice that Black Ops 2 was this, like, mess of a game. It was kind of just this disaster. Because I feel like at this point, remastering them again, especially after BO1's DLC, would have been too much. And so it makes me wonder if we'll ever see a remaster of these old maps. Honestly, I don't know. If anything, I don't think it'll be for a very long time from now. Like, I'm expecting, like, oh my gosh, it would have been like 10 to 20 years from now is my guess. And so also, yeah, look how big the mystery box from BO2 looks in here. And yeah, this would have been also one of the only zombie maps, again, in Black Ops 2 where you could have grabbed the Wonder Waff, which is so interesting. Did they have any new perks? I don't think so, but here, obviously, you can tell it's Black Ops 2 because it's the BO2 perk machines, plus it's also the BO2 double tap, so double tap 2.0, and I wonder who you would have been playing as. Here I can see that the view model hands are Tokyo, and so you can tell also that, like, the skin is, like, definitely not textured, and, like, something is going on, like, with the pre-alpha build, so it is pretty cool, though, that this could have been a thing. I'm ultimately glad that Treyarch canned it, though. And it's even, like, bringing the BO1 maps, I think, would have been too much. But I'm always hoping that one day, hear me out, this is my ultimate idea for a Zombies Chronicles game, right? What if we just had every Zombies map that ever existed on one PC game, and we called it Call of Duty Zombies? Isn't that a crazy idea? And when I mean every Call of Duty Zombies map existed, I'm including Vanguard, dog. I'm including, like, the games nobody liked. Exo Zombies, World War II Zombies, World at War. Bro, include Call of Duty Mobile. Like, bring it all in. That COD Online from China that they canceled, put it all in. This Zombies game, I kid you not, would have literally 100 Zombies maps. I'm telling you, Treyarch, it would be a lot of work to create this game. I'm not going to lie. But that would be one of the craziest games of all time. And so, yeah, Shinonuma, it looks alright. It looks more obviously like the BO1 version. Because like I said, a lot of these assets are just BO1 ports. And so, if they did decide to do this with like BO1 ported assets, this would have been, quite honestly, a very forgettable DLC 5. I mean, look at this. They didn't even have any image for Riese on the world map. And it's interesting how they even already pre-decided where each of these positions would go on the world map, because these old Zombies maps were based off of real-life places. I really miss that. Like, I know we kind of have had that a little bit in Cold War and Black Ops 6, but it's like, it was more grounded in the old games, the way they tied it in with real life and the lore and that. And I don't know. I don't think we will ever get that level of storytelling in Zombies. And I know a lot of people definitely miss that. Bro, seeing Double Tap 2.0 here is so wild. And yeah, I wonder if they would have made you play as the Victus characters. And I also wonder if Treyarch ported these assets, because I remember at the time, people were really missing Ultimus. For sure, like, not a lot of people were happy with Victus. You can see the Wonder Waff just looks like a grenade launcher there. It doesn't even look like it fully works. So, yeah, honestly, I am ultimately glad that they didn't do this, but it would have been interesting to see if they just sort of, like, dropped it out of nowhere, you know? Because, like, when I compare the BO3 version of the Giant to this, I definitely would prefer the Giant. Even though, like, I think there's obviously way better versions of the Riese that, like, just fans have created on BO3 custom Zombies. So ultimately, I think that's the real question to ask. When is custom zombies coming to all platforms, right? Because if that game ever comes out, if Activision ever makes a game like that, you can literally create my idea of making every single zombies map, Treyarch, non-Treyarch, all on that game. And, like, it's kind of starting to come to fruition with BO3 custom zombies after, like, oh my gosh, custom tools came out in 2017. Bro, it's been 7 years and we're just getting around to that idea because it's such a massive amount of work. So, honestly, I'm just shocked Treyarch hasn't done it. You know they would print cash. But here, obviously, yeah, they have the Monkey Bomb Easter egg, but you don't get the Annihilator for this. It's just like the OG World at War Reese Flytrap Easter egg right here. And also, it is interesting because the Die Rise Pap camo, you can see, is the Pap camo they're using on this map. And so you probably would have had this Pap camo. Like, they probably wouldn't have brought back the World at War Pap camo. And I wonder if that's the reason why they just decided not to release this, just because I feel like it kind of would have been a disservice to these older zombie maps, especially because, like, I remember when the maps got ported to BO1 and so many people were complaining that the World at War weapons weren't even on the map, you know? And so it's like, yeah, I don't know how that really would have happened. And so the big changes, I think, from what I've seen from these new maps and footage that we've seen from DLC 5, and why this just decided to release all of a sudden, I don't know. But the biggest changes I've seen are from the BO1 Zombies maps. And so I'm excited to see that because I think we're going to be seeing Kino Der Toten 5, even some Shangri-La. And Shangri-La was supposed to have a lot of changes. Like, there was supposed to be swimming in Shangri-La at one point. I remember a lot of Treyarch devs talking about that. Crazy seeing the Ballista in the Nacht Der Untoten spawn room, man. That is just so bizarre. It's just so funny looking at how chunky the BO2 mystery box is, man. The M1216, man. Yeah, this would have been interesting. And again, this would have also been the only zombies map on BO2, or one of the only ones, with the Thunder Gun, man. Crazy that they just never added this in any BO2 zombies map. Like, I like that, but it's also like, wow, like, they really were bold, man. BO2 was really a game where they went all out. The AN94 was going to be there. Oh my gosh. See, I think people probably would have really enjoyed this version of Nacht. The DSR in the cabinet. Yeah, see, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And, like, maybe they could have added even, like, some shootable Easter eggs or something. The Remingtons on the wall there. I mean, yeah, pretty cool, dude. I just also think, like, man, seeing maybe even like Ball Trade or PhD or the Wonder Fizz, that's why I kind of like Chronicles more, because you got the Wonder Fizz, you got Gobblegum. It really changed the flow of the maps, which is something that I can appreciate, because if you just want to play OG Nacht, just go play the older games. Okay, Kino, this is where I think we're going to start to see some big changes now, because I believe the only ones they brought in, maybe Ascension's also in this too. Oh, and yeah, all the signs are replaced. Dude, wow. Even by 2012, they were already deciding to get rid of that. That's actually crazy. Wow. And they even replaced it with its own texture. Dude, whoa. This was so wild. Yeah, people would have been pissed, man. I mean, people were already upset about it when it was brought back into BO3. And also, you can see that a lot of the original BO1 wall weapons are in the map. Seeing the RPD on Kino is so bizarre. My issue, I feel like if they brought back the BO1 maps, is that it would have just been so dark. Whoa, he's got the BO2 Death Machine. I do believe this weapon was supposed to be in, like, Kino Der Toten originally. Like, it's not even a power-up on Kino. It's only on 5, which I think, yeah, that would have been very interesting to see how that would have gone. Wow. Yeah, that is so cool, though. And it's also just so sick that you can literally play all of these right now. Like, I wonder who, like, put out the code for them or whatnot. Also, he just got a bonfire sale. Yeah, so basically, I think the only equivalent to Kino Der Toten here would be they would have just added the unique features from 5 into Kino if it was ported on BO2. That seems to be, like, the original plan. And yeah, you can see the Death Machine power-up also there. Wow. Okay, so I mean, this would have been a very big change at the time, especially because, like, Kino Der Toten is still, like, one of the most revered zombie maps ever. And again, yeah, I doubt that any of these maps would have had OG Pap camo. It probably would have been that ugly Die Rise camo, bro. And yeah, I don't know what happened to the audio. Maybe Kino Der Toten doesn't have any audio. I have no clue. But yeah, it's pretty cool seeing this. Like, this Death Machine power-up is something else. So it was a power-up. Okay, maybe it also was a weapon that you could have pulled from the box, because, I mean, that was a thing that Black Ops 2 introduced with Mob of the Dead, where you're able to pull the Death Machine. And so here, yeah, you have the MP40 upgraded. Interesting that they didn't have the PAP camo, but it's still shooting the Pack-a-Punch bullets. That's pretty interesting. Here they got the fire traps working. Yeah, I feel like this definitely would have been very controversial. Because, again, like, it was even controversial when Black Ops 3 replaced the symbol with, like, the Iron Cross, you know? And a lot of people were upset about that. Personally, to me, I don't care. I don't even play zombies for the story, I'm gonna say. And so here for the next one now, I'm just gonna see, do we just have we don't have any audio. I think the audio is gone. We now have 5. This is gonna be interesting because I believe with 5, this also probably would have had so many changes here. Look at that M1911, man. Wow. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to play some background music, guys. I got you. Let's play some bumping music. Oh, man. There we go. See, isn't that good, man? But for 5, let's see this, man. Oh, that door, that door is a little something, man. I don't know what's going on with that. The B23R is looking nice. The zombies phasing right through the door. This truly is a 5 remaster. Yeah, I feel like this map would have been so much more fun to play, though, just with the inclusion of Double Tap 2.0. Like, that would have really made this map something else. And honestly, like, I hope they were going to decide to add Ascension and Shangri-La, because that would have been really cool to see as well. Honestly, man, like, I'm so torn if they should have added this or they shouldn't have. Also, the M27 was going to be on this map. That's kind of cool. Like, that would have kept up with the tradition of making this gun like a very unique gun. Like, it's only on Nuketown Zombies for BO2 and then only on 5 for BO2. That would have been kind of cool, man. That would have been kind of cool. But yeah, here, pretty much the same though for 5. They got the M27. Again, I doubt that the PAP camo would have been different. So it is kind of interesting because it's like the way that we got 5 again in BO4 was probably the most innovative way we could have ever received 5. Also nice that you were still able to jump through the windows. Yeah, man. And the elevators are still working too. So I don't know. I think personally, like, I also think people would have been more upset just because I don't think Call of the Dead would have been included in this. Like, it would have been pretty much what we got from BO3. No Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, Ascension, Kino Der Toten. But no 5, man, because obviously we got 5 for Classified. So here, yeah, here's Ascension. I'm so curious how Ascension will look in BO2. This map is going to look very dark. Yeah, oh my gosh. And so it's interesting because maybe, like this, you would have spawned with color. That would have been very interesting. Like, again, a lot of these minor changes don't seem like a big deal now, but definitely back then in 2012, this would have been a huge deal. Again, also Death Machines being on this map makes a lot of sense because Death Machines were also a part of this map. I really wonder how they would have changed the Easter egg, because maybe they were planning on putting these maps into BO2 to add 2 Easter eggs to each of them. Because remember, Transit had 2 Easter eggs, Die Rise had 2 Easter eggs, and Buried had 2 Easter eggs. So maybe even though that the layout of the map was the same, having 2 different Easter eggs would have been very different. So again, also, I got to give a big shout out here to Jugger V2. I have literally no clue how they found this footage. I don't know if, like, the files got leaked, or if Treyarch is just allowing this to come out, or if the copyright rules don't matter now, if they've expired, because I have noticed, like, Treyarch is making a lot of changes with a lot of their copyrighted content. And it makes me wonder, like, if they've ran out of the license to use a lot of the stuff. So it makes me wonder why we're seeing all of this type of stuff released. Because, bro, like, 5 years ago, if I would have posted this type of information, like, Activision would have literally like copyright strike the video, man. So that's why I'm very curious what exactly has happened. It does seem like they're losing a lot of the rights to the OG content of zombies, which is, I mean, it's pretty sad, man, because it's like, this is why we're getting to see these type of canceled projects, because we're getting to see what really could have been. So pretty upsetting, especially if we would have been getting 2 Easter eggs. So the OG Easter egg with each of the OG maps, and then a second new Easter egg, maybe being like a Max's side Easter egg. Oh, man. Because I know Zelensky's whole idea with Zombie was trying to build it like the Black Ops 2 campaign, where it had multiple different endings and multiple different routes that you could have taken. And literally, if they pulled that off, that would have been one of the craziest ideas. And so I don't believe that they have anything with Shangri-La. But ladies and gentlemen, that is Black Ops 2 DLC 5. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you would like me to talk more about this, because I mean, we don't know if we'll be seeing DLC 5 until Black Ops 6 or even Black Ops 7.